Alright, let's talk about one of the coolest, most underappreciated badasses to ever walk across a movie screen. Michael freaking Madsen. Yeah, that guy. You might not know his name, but you know the face. You've seen him in a suit, bleeding from somewhere, giving some poor guy the worst day of his life. And he always did it like he's barely even trying. Let's start with the obvious, Reservoir Dogs. The man turned a straight razor and a dance move into cinematic history. Mr. Blonde was just a psychotic criminal, but he turned the most obscene of killers into a likable and relatable person for all of us. We even laughed at his talking into the chopped-off ear scene. And then there's Kill Bill. Man, he's the brother that kinda has a conscience, but also lives in a trailer and buries people alive for a paycheck. And somehow, you still like him. That's Madsen magic, baby. He brings this broken cowboy energy to every role. You could feel his hungover and regret, and made you remember when you felt that way, even if you've never had been that down in your life. Let me hit you with some underrated Madsen, alright?
The 4 most underrated movies in Michael Madsen's filmography.
Number 4. The Last Days of Frankie the Fly, directed by Peter Markle.
Small-time hood, Frankie the Fly, teams with a porn filmmaker and porno actress to try to make a killing by running a high-risk scam of the big boss.
In this surreal L.A. noir, Madsen plays Sal, a sadistic and cruel mob boss who frequently humiliates his enforcer, Frankie. Sal is the source of much of Frankie's frustration and despair, contributing to the film's central conflict, playing alongside heavyweights like Dennis Hopper, Daryl Hannah, and Kiefer Sutherland. Madsen steals the show like always.
Number 3. Sin City, directed by Frank Miller, Quentin Tarantino, and Robert Rodriguez.
An exploration of the dark and miserable Basin City and 3 of its residents, all of whom are caught up in violent corruption.
In Sin City, Madsen's role as Officer Bob is brief, but his gravel-toned delivery and noir-drenched attitude are perfect for Robert Rodriguez's comic book underworld. He plays it like a man who's seen too much, said too little, and smoked too often. It's the kind of small part that turns iconic in the right hands. And Madsen, of course, knows exactly what to do with it.
Number 2. Strength and Honor, directed by Mark Mayan.
A single father decides to break his dying wife's last wish to not box again in order to save his young son from certain death.
Far from the shadows of gangsters and crooked cops, Madsen delivers one of his best and most vulnerable performances in Strength and Honor. As Smasher O'Driscoll, he plays an aging bare-knuckle fighter with a broken soul and a desperate heart. It's raw, wounded, and deeply human. The film may not have reached the masses, but this performance deserves your time. Because this is one of Madsen's best performances.
Number 1. Donnie Brasco, directed by Mike Newell.
An FBI undercover agent infiltrates the mob and finds himself identifying more with the mafia life at the expense of his regular one.
Madsen played the character Dominic "Sonny Black" Napolitano in the movie Donnie Brasco. Sonny Black was a Capo regime, capo, in the Bonanno crime family, and the film depicts his relationship with undercover FBI agent Joseph D. Pistone, who was known as Donnie Brasco. Michael Madsen's performance as Sonny Black in Donnie Brasco is a masterclass in how to underact and still rob the screen. He isn't loud. He isn't flashy. But every word he says, and doesn't say, carries across the camera. In a film packed with powerhouse performances from Al Pacino and Johnny Depp, Madsen brings a quiet authority with his cool presence. Not only is this a great gangster film, but a film worth watching more than once for any acting enthusiast. And here's what people forget. The guy had depth. He wrote poetry. He painted. He talked about pain like he was not afraid of it. That's rare, man. He had a deep soul under all that swagger. So here's to Michael Madsen, Hollywood's wild card, Quentin Tarantino's secret weapon, and the reason you don't trust anyone in a black suit with a slow walk. You, sir, are officially locked in the vault. Forever.